Welcome back to the Unnamed podcast. I'm Deborah Morton with Claria Real Estate, here today with Judy Jernigan with
Sage and Grace Realty Group.
Sage and Grace Realty Group, and John.
I just looked at the camera.
Town Realtors.
John Anderson and Rich
Zeglovich, also with Space in Town Realtors.
Welcome. We're so glad to have you. It's almost Halloween, and we want to talk about ghost stories. I know, we'll get to AI.
I love a good haunted house.
You're the one with the best haunted house story.
Well, I feel like houses, you get a feeling from them the minute you walk in, right? I mean, some of them seem great, and the expression good mojo.
Yes.
There are some houses that have great mojo. And then there are other houses, as soon as you walk in, something's a little off.
Creep factor.
Yeah, creep factor. And I've renovated a lot of houses, and I've been in houses before where I've gotten the fear, as my friends call it. You know, I'll be there by myself late at night renovating, and then all of a sudden it'll just come over me, something's not right here. And that's happened a few times, but one of my best haunted stories was in the middle of the day. A young couple, had just met them. And they were a young, attractive couple, and we went to look at a big old house on North Druid Hills. I can't remember what street it was on. But it was a beautiful old house, but it was kind of overgrown, and you could tell the last occupant was probably the last place they ever were. And it had not been renovated. The kitchen was just a little string of countertop with a refrigerator standing free on the wall and a stove over there. I mean, it looked like 1920. And I went upstairs to sort of scout it out, and it was so eerie that I got scared. I was in the middle of the day, I almost turned around and ran out, and I was opening doors slowly and looking behind, and I was convinced I was going to see the old lady in the rocking chair there.
So did you sell it?
No, we all ran screaming. We ran screaming.
I bought a haunted house.
You did?
I always felt like it was haunted until I had a conversation with them and explained what I was doing and why I was there, what my intentions were with the house, and some of the odd, weird things that were happening kind of slacked off after that. But it was
My house is haunted.
What's that?
My house is haunted.
Oh, currently?
Yeah, Mr. George.
Was he one of the owners?
Yeah, he was the original owner. And the house, I mean, I got a good deal on my house because nobody bought it. But yeah, so Mr. George, he passed away at the house, and I mean, I know where I'm going. So I just assumed he was there too, but he's still with us.
He's still hanging out?
Yeah, you can hear noises every now and then. I'm like, Mr. George, I'm trying to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then he leaves me alone.
I bought a house one time, and I bought it from the original owner. I became friends with the one. She lived right across the street from me, and she and her husband built the house. And so I was very friendly with her, but I had never met the husband. He had passed away 10 or 15 years earlier. And I was there working on the house, and I packed up I got the fear at this house.
Judy's
and
like,
I packed up all my stuff and went home, and I was showering, and I picked up my clothes, and a little piece of paper fell out of my clothing, and I bent down and picked it up, and it was his name printed on a little piece of paper, and he was like a water meter inspector, and when he inspected the meters, he would put this down that he had inspected by, I can't even think of his name now, and I looked at that, and I made my peace with him. I said, I know this is your house, I'm here now, and it's all good, and I respect it, and everything was good after that.
Well, the house I was talking about, so I rented it before I bought it, and I found out that the woman I rented it from, she had moved out of it 20 years earlier because she lived there with her husband and her daughter, and her husband, this is in Germantown in Nashville, got hit by a car not too far from the house and died, and she couldn't stomach living there anymore, but she also couldn't stomach selling it, so that's why she rented it. And I learned that after I got there, because when I was going through the house, deciding if I want to rent it or not, like Rich said, I was in this bathroom that was really oddly shaped because it's an 1850s row house. And so the light switches are on this wall and the door's way over here, and the door was closed. And I was like, so I looked and I was like, okay, I can see the handle. I can hit the lights and grab the handle. and I hit the lights and I missed the handle and then I couldn't find it. And all of a sudden the fear, like he said, came over me. And I was like flipping on the lights like, oh, what was that? And kid you not, so the night before I actually bought the house, this whole bathroom area, I was taking a bath and I'm closing the next day. And I go to turn the water off because the bath is full and I'm sitting in it. Wouldn't turn off. Just right there, all went out. Had to turn the water at the meter off. So I always felt like in that area of the house, the bathroom area was where, whatever it was, where he lived. And so when I remodeled that area, that's when I explained that, my piece and I'm fixing everything. So.
Judy, you have to have some. You're from
I'm racking
Virginia.
my
The
brain.
houses
I
are
don't-
old.
No hauntings?
No.
I can't
She's
think of
like,
a
no,
single.
don't. I don't
mean,
do that.
I definitely. Well, I think that's part of it. Is I'm not real receptive to it because I would not be able to handle it. I do believe in real estate karma, living or dead. I have absolutely no doubt in real estate karma. That will.
Real estate karma is real.
Very, very much so.
And when it's good, it's really good. And those are the houses that people walk into and they immediately think,
Feel it.
I want to be here. I want this to be my house. And when you get one of those listings, it's a wonderful thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody should live in a house like that with the good juju.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we really should talk about AI. That was our topic, but Halloween is coming.
Well, Halloween, I will say listing photos, this isn't as fun as your ghost stories, but take down your Halloween decorations for listing photos, please.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen some homes still for sale in November, December, January with the big spider in the living room on the picture and the faux cobwebs all over the... Yeah, not doing yourself any favors getting your home sold with the Halloween decorations.
I have a friend who's listing a house that the person passed away in recently, and he's going to have different religions come through and like cleanse the house so that he can, since he says he has to disclose that the person passed away, so he said that's going to be at least something that he can say. But I did do this, and I know in Nashville they have like the hospital or this big building that was a Civil War hospital that they turned into condos. Now, can you imagine selling that? Because Civil War hospital, and they did the same thing. They had every religion come through and like cleanse it.
So the Atlanta, come on, the old history here in Atlanta with the old hospital and the cemetery.
Which hospital?
We're going to have to circle back to this. There are some good Atlanta haunted
I'm sure.
things to do in October.
Oh yeah, the cemetery tour for
Yeah.
Halloween. We
Oakland
have tickets
Cemetery?
to that. Oakland Cemetery.
Oakland, that's it. Oakland Cemetery is a very popular thing.
Yes, unfortunately those tickets sell out really fast.
Yeah.
So we were.
I've never done it because it's not my thing.
We went down to Serenbe.
Oh,
Yeah, didn't we go down to Serenbe and they had a headless horseman outdoor play that was interactive. You actually walked around with them.
The paid haunted houses are a big deal in Atlanta now.
Yeah.
I do seek out ghost tours when I go to visit different towns because
Savannah?
that can,
Yeah.
Savannah, Charleston,
Yeah.
even like Old Town, San Diego was a really good one years ago. but they're
I don't do any of them.
it's
Oh, we have
not
really
inside
No,
haunted
I'm
houses.
not afraid. I just like
Don't believe.
no. I'm neutral. I'm like neutral on ghost tours, like I am politics. Neutral.
For me, it's just a good way to be out and about in the evening, and usually it's a walking tour of like the downtown area.
And you see the historical buildings.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like the haunted house that they bring in every year. It's like top 10 in the country. So it's usually just north up 85, but they move it.
A traveling show.
Well, no, it comes back every year. It's huge. And talk about, it's scary. I don't know what it's called. They change the theme every year, but it's a lot of the same equipment, but they scare the crap out of you. Like they're hiding and
Oh, that kind of.
oh yeah, they jump out.
Okay.
And you're spaced out. Yeah, we should all go do that together.
I'm not going.
Oh yeah.
My husband went
we're
to
gonna blindfold you and surprise you.
my husband went to Emory. His fraternity would do that as a big fundraiser for some children's group every year. They would do a big haunted house.
Yeah. Haunted AI.
The next scary thing, AI.
I know. I was gonna say.
AI is not scary.
Speaking of things that scare you, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it could be scary or it could be wonderful.
We're on the cusp. It is scary right now because there's no brakes on it. But apparently, writers are already suing because of copyright infringements, and the AI bots, the AI is learning off of people's copyrighted work.
Right.
And that's not okay. I guess it's being sorted through in the courts right now. But
Yeah.
real estate, we've been using AI for a while.
Yeah.
On a lesser scale, but it's
Right.
getting ready to be.
Well, I think when it's going to really, when they've perfected, and I think they already have perfected it, I think people just don't know all the applications they can use it for, is when it alters your facial
Yes.
expressions and your speech.
Are you kidding? I look awesome with my AI image.
My Snapchat filters. Well, you're a cat.
But your voice too. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind having a whole different voice with a Australian accent would just be spectacular. But, and they can do that
Well,
with
I
AI.
saw one a couple days ago where you have AI, you're translated into another language, and the AI changes your facial movements so that you are speaking it very clearly, and it looks like you're speaking another language.
So there is an AI persona that is about to be on our training website.
Oh, really?
And it's a person, and she's just doing the instruction.
And
'cause-
she's not real at all.
No, because you just type in a script.
Is she reading your script?
yeah,
or?
we can type in the script, and then she can instruct from our website to the new agents who join us that can learn from the AI. It's not perfected yet, but
Yeah.
I would think by next year, by 2024, it will be. It's moving that quickly.
Yeah.
Well, that's what at the Tom Ferry Summit, that there was the AI software that you record yourself in a video, and I guess it turns everything into text, and then you do your editing in the actual text, and it changes.
Yeah, so if you say
yeah.
or like,
Well, it could also, you can take a sentence from the end of your speech, put it at the beginning, and it will alter everything so that it all matches up.
can you imagine what the hackers are going to do with this?
Yeah, that's the problem.
So it's called a deep fake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, think about the scary part is between banking and there's no cash left in society and everything we do. Now we have AI. And like if I were smart enough to impersonate you with AI,
The things you
what
could do,
could I take?
the power you would wield.
Yes. I'm not devious enough, though. I'd have to think really hard. Like,
Well,
what would I do with that?
I have a friend who speaks Italian, and I don't speak a word of Italian, but I want to get the AI software to create a speech for him in Italian and just start speaking conversationally, and he won't understand it at all. His head will pop off.
Huh. Well, that'll be fun. Get that on video. But come on, listing descriptions have improved since AI hit real estate.
Oh, yeah.
Faster anyway.
Well,
Yeah,
I-
faster.
You
I
can
don't know
tell when
about
they're
that.
a book.
Yeah.
There's a lot of adjectives.
Just the other day when we were coming up with a market report, it was amazing. Like I literally took a second, went into MLS, created I think it was an average price point over 5 years for condos in Midtown. Spit out a spreadsheet, went over to ChatGPT, said, write a marketing report that a realtor would give to a client, give it an 8th grade reading level, quote, drop the data, just literally cut and pasted, not like uploaded, drop the data, and it wrote the whole darn script. And then we
That
said
is
shorten
so
it.
helpful.
Too long, shorten it. And it would rewrite it and shorten it. And
I think part of the key is knowing the prompts.
prompts, yeah.
Knowing the prompts to
That
use.
sounds great. I have
yeah.
a client who is going through a divorce, so he wants to buy a new home, but we've got to wait for the divorce process to happen. And he's like, okay, the divorce is finally finalized. I'd like to get together in a week or two. I'm trying to figure out how to say congratulations. Like that's not right. Don't know him that well, so I used.
There's your prompts, yeah.
Exactly. Those were the prompts, and they gave me some words that worked for me. I think it was, wishing you all the best in this new chapter.
Yeah.
My mom's going to be so happy that I finally know how to fill out a card with the appropriate words.
Yes.
I can use ChatGPT for it.
Yeah, I met a client today who has started a new business to streamline contracts for venture capital funding, because each one is different with each business. And so instead of writing it specifically each time, it understands what the parameters are. You know, you have some input, of course, and then it will create the contract and streamline it. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but it was
interesting. So after using it repetitively, it's going to continue to get smarter and smarter.
Right, exactly.
And literally, but I did hear on another podcast recently, though, that the expectation is AI is going to actually increase the number and types of jobs. Not, you know, it's one of the fears is AI is going to make jobs go away.
Right.
But it opens up a whole plethora of additional things that I don't know what those will be.
I'm just excited about it. Yeah, I'm excited about it helping us with things that we do over and over and over again that maybe we won't have to do as over and over again, or forms that we have to fill out that doesn't really take a lot of skill to fill in the blank. It's our knowledge is no substitute for that, but if somehow we can make filling in the blanks a little bit easier or faster.
Well, I think it'll increase efficiency, and the same thing with, you know, the voice changing. You could send an email, and this is not so much deep fake, you're sending a message to a group of people, and it will change the name and the way your lips are moving so that you can send out an e-blast to a lot of people all at once, a video e-blast.
It's custom.
And it's customized to each person.
You know what's going to be really interesting, though, is like with our newer and younger agents who are already more naturally tech savvy. Like you don't have to teach them how to use all the tools and tech in the trade. But what I already see is how prone they are to just Google their information or use the tech that's available. How the impact, and I'm not talking about like in 2024, but maybe in 10 years, like I can't even extrapolate in my head what the agents and sales and service are going to look like 10 years from now because of it.
Yeah, it's just like when the iPhone came out, we could never have imagined
Right?
what it looks like today back then.
Yeah. It's exciting to be part of time. I mean, like when AOL and dial-up came out, it like changed everything, but it was a slow process. The speed with which AI is being absorbed, it's kind of mind-blowing.
It's like my limited imagination can't foresee what it's going to turn into. I mean, I'm imagining that it's about efficiencies and reaching more people and higher sales and better revenue, but when do you hit the wall with it?
And better customer service is what I like to imagine.
Yeah, hopefully.
AI is going to take us from a world of scarcity to a world of non-scarcity, abundance. Yeah. There was a funny video the other day, and it was clearly tongue-in-cheek, but it was like this kid was at a city council meeting, and he basically was telling them that he was ready to receive his $10,000 a month.
I saw that.
Did you? Yeah, and it was like, you could see that someday.
It made the viral round, yes. He wanted to get paid.
Economies will still happen, but we just won't have anything to do with them. We'll just live our lives. I don't know. Maybe. Vacation.
Well, there's no getting away from it. AI's here.
Yeah.
Well, what is today's 25 years is Google's 25th birthday today, I think I heard.
Oh wow.
Is it really?
So young, such a baby.
It'd be interesting to go back and actually see what Google looked like 25 years ago.
Google had AI working under wraps for years. I think I heard 2012. They were really pressing into it, and it was kind of secret. And it's just in the last 3 years that it really is getting. But now with all the pop-up, the tech startup companies, I mean, like right here in Atlanta, we're full of tech startups. So there's no telling.
Well, I'm just scared of when they take the AI and put it in the robot.
Star Wars, baby.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
have
like
droids everywhere.
Boston Dynamics robots that can walk around. All they need is that.
Have you seen Foundation?
Yes, I have seen it.
You have a Roomba.
No, I don't, because I'm scared of it.
I'm gonna vacuum your toes off one of these days. Go crazy. Vacuum your.
I wish I had a Roomba.
I want a Roomba that also does dishes. Okay. Okay, well, That was awesome. We went from Halloween and
Into other scary stuff.
into other scary stuff with AI. Thank you for joining us today. Join us again. Follow for more on YouTube and all the places you listen to your favorite podcasts. We are here in Atlanta. I'm Deborah Morton with Clario Real Estate with Judy Jernigan, Sage and Grace Realty, Rich
Zeglovich.
and John Anderson, Space in Town. We're here to help you with all your real estate needs and have a really good time doing it.